So this was the stability analysis table. From that we have the resisting moment from the sulfate of retaining wall elements itself, and we have the overturning moment due to the backfill. And from this moment, resisting moment and overturning moment, we can check our retaining wall for factor of safety against overturning, which is equal to resisting moment divided by overturning moment. And if this value is more than 1.55, then that is safe. Then we have factor of safety against sliding. So that factor of safety against sliding will be mu, that is coefficient of friction, summation W resisting weight divided by overturning weight. So overturning weight will be the active pressure, and if you have considered the passive pressure also, then here you need to add passive pressure for the calculation. And if this value is more than 1.55, then that is safe against overturning, safe against sliding. Right. Now if in case in retaining wall, if you are not getting the sliding check, then one more element you can introduce into the retaining wall, and that element is known as shear key. Right. Now what is this shear key? Shear key is the element, reinforced concrete element, which is provided to unlock the sliding of the retaining wall due to the active pressure. So this is your retaining wall, and this one is the length view of retaining wall throughout the length. Right. Now this shear key element is provided over here below of the baseline. Right, and that is also one part of this retaining wall. So this element is also connected like this, and throughout the length which is provided, यहाँ पर ये throughout the length होगा यहाँ से, like this throughout the length, and this is nothing but a reinforced concrete beam. एक ऐसा reinforced concrete beam है जिसका लेंथ ये लेंथ व्यू होगा, लेंथ होगा पूरा, जो भी रिटेनिंग वॉल का जितना भी लेंथ होगा वो shear की का लेंथ होगा, and cross section will be this value, this small h dash value, और ये width की वैल्यू. ठीक है. सो ऐसा एक एलिमेंट है, और this element generally this width of the shear key, generally the width of shear key is same as आपका जो यहाँ का बॉटम का width है स्टेम का उतना है generally, but somewhere you can see like this also, और shear की यहाँ पे प्रोवाइड किया है. ठीक है. So that is depend on the design criteria and design flexibility where you want to provide the shear key, and where it will give the good result. So this is width of shear key, which is generally equal to जो यहाँ पे आपने width लिया है वो ही आप extend करके यहाँ पे कर सकते हो for the easy construction. So that will be the width. And talking about this h, so the you can say the height or depth, sorry height nahi, depth of shear key range from 0.5 meter to 1 meter, 0.5 meter to 1 meter. So you can consider the depth of shear key 0.5 meter to 1 meter. Now, once you introduce this shear key in your retaining wall, then where you will get the change in the analysis part, in the stability analysis table. So in that in the analysis table, you have considered this weight of stem in two part, one trapezoidal, one triangle. So this was W1, this was W2. फिर ये बेस स्लैब है यहाँ तक, तो ये W3, यहाँ पे आपका सॉइल मास है, so this is W4. And if you have introduced shear key, then shear key will be your W5, which is also acting in downward direction. Right, so shear key element is also reinforced concrete element, so that weight is also considered to be the resisting weight. So W1, W2, W3, W4, and this will be your W5 for the shear key. Right, so in stability calculation, instead of only 1, 2, 3, 4, one more part will be there, and that will be your shear key W5. नाउ उसका मैग्नीट्यूड क्या है, डेंसिटी 25 इंटू क्रॉस सेक्शन एरियाज दैट इज बी इंटू स्मॉल एच डैश इंटू 1 मीटर लेंथ. सो ये हो गया उसका किलो न्यूटन में मैग्नीट्यूड. फिर उसका सी जी डिस्टेंस आपको लेना है अगेन फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए, यहाँ से आपको उसका सी जी डिस्टेंस लेना है. सो दैट इज अगेन b/2 इंटू ये प्लस इतना ऐड करो, सो यू विल गेट द value over here, and this value multiplied by your distance value will give the moment of shear key in kilometer per meter. And if you can see, this moment is also clockwise movement. यहाँ पर आपको clockwise movement ही मिलेगा. So W1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ये सबका ऐड करोगे, then you will get this summation WR, resisting force. And in that condition, maybe you can get your sliding check by providing one more element, reinforced concrete element, to make your structure more stiff against the lateral force. स्लाइडिंग कब होता है कि स्ट्रक्चर का वेट कम होगा और लेटरल फोर्स ज़्यादा होगा तो स्लाइड होता है. तो अगर स्लाइडिंग नहीं आता है, देन यू नीड टू मेक योर क्रॉस सेक्शन मोर बाय इंट्रोड्यूसिंग shear की. और अगर स्लाइडिंग नहीं आता है, दैट डजंट मीन कि आपको सिर्फ shear की ही प्रोवाइड करनी है. इफ यू विश, यू कैन चेंज द डायमेंशन ऑफ दिस स्टेम, बेस स्लैब एंड हील स्लैब, एंड यू कैन मेक इट safe. Right, so this is the shear key element that you need to introduce. uh, so like this way you can get the sliding check. So once you have shear key, then your summation WR will be W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4 plus W5. Right, so this will be your summation WR. So this will make your change, or the width you can consider same as the bottom width of stem, and depth you can consider between 0.5 to 1 meter as per your choice. So this is about two main checks for stability analysis: overturning and sliding. Now the third check is check for upliftment. Now how to do this check for upliftment? Here you need to check that uplift pressure P maximum should always less than safe bearing capacity of soil, and your P minimum value should always or equal to greater than or equal to 0. If you achieve this two, P maximum and P minimum range, then your check for upliftment is okay. Right, so how to do that? The very first thing, you need to have this P maximum equation, and that P maximum equation is summation W over B 1 plus 6E by like this. Yes, this equation. Summation W upon B plus 1 plus 6E by B. So this will give the P maximum value. And if you want the P minimum value, then P minimum is equal to summation W upon B 1 minus 6E by, right. Now, what is summation W? Summation W is nothing but your resisting weight WR, right? What is B? B is the base slab width. What is E? E is the eccentricity. Now, how to find E? E is equal to B by 2 minus X. If you have remember, I have explained you that this is your retaining wall, right? If this is your width B, right, then your result इसका B का width यहाँ पे है suppose, sorry, half point यहाँ पे है, then the weight, total weight acting on this retaining wall should pass through this center point only. The resultant force R should pass through this point only. But here, due to the inequality and due to the combination of vertical and horizontal load, this resultant is not passing from this B by 2 distance जो CG है, उसके अलावा वो पास हो रहा है यहाँ से. This resultant is passing from this point. So actually this point is your B by 2, the green one, but the resultant is passing from this point. So this will be your eccentricity. CG पे नहीं लग रहा है, CG के अवे लग रहा है तो वो दोनों का बीच का डिस्टेंस बोलते हैं eccentricity. So this is your eccentricity. And the remaining distance, this remaining distance I am denoting as X distance, right? So if I want E, then E is equal to B by 2 minus X, B by 2 minus X. Now how to find this X distance? For that, this X distance is summation of resisting moment minus summation of overturning moment divided by summation of WR. So X is nothing but in terms of मीटर. मीटर का कैलकुलेशन है, तो अगर मुझे मीटर चाहिए तो मैं क्या करूँ, जो भी मेरा मूवमेंट है किलो न्यूटन इंटू मीटर डिवाइड बाय उसका वेट कर देती हूँ किलो न्यूटन, then this 2 will cancel out. I will get this value in terms of meter. So X is equal to summation MR minus summation M0 divided by summation WR. I have summation MR. I have the resisting moment 413.55. So 413.55 minus overturning moment. So overturning moment is 140.05. I have not considered shear key in this example. So summation WR is 226.24. 226.24. So here I will get the distance X. So this distance X will be 1.2 meter. And always this X distance should be more than B by 3, 1/3. So the B value is 3 meter. So 3 by 3. 1. 3 by 3 is equal to 1. So this is okay. Then once I have X value, I can get the E value. So from here, E is equal to B by 2 minus X. B is 3 by 2, 3 meter width minus divide by 2 minus 1.2. So E is equal to 0.3 meter. और यहाँ पे आपको चेक करना है दैट दिस ई वैल्यू शुड लेस देन b/6. So b/6 is 3/6. 3/6 means 0.5 meter. So once you have checked these two, that x value greater than b/3 and e value less than b/6 means you will get these two uh, consideration, P maximum and P minimum less than SBC and greater than or equal to 0. Now you have all this, you can get P maximum value. P maximum यहाँ से आप find कर सकते हो. So P maximum is equal to summation WR. So 226.24 divide by kilonewton में है. So 226.06 divide by this is 3 meter. 1 plus 6 E is 0.3 divided by 3. So 120 P maximum value you will get as 120.66 Newton per meter square. So this is your P maximum value. Right. Same way you will get the P minimum value as 30.16. Here to 120.66 and your safe bearing capacity of soil in data is given as 200 kilonewton per meter square. So which is less than 200 kilonewton per meter square. Here also this is kilonewton. So kilonewton per meter square. So P maximum criteria is satisfied. And same way you need to find P minimum. So P minimum is also 226.24 डिवाइड बाई 3. सिर्फ आपको ब्रैकेट में माइनस करना है. 1 minus 6 into 0.3 डिवाइड बाई 3 and here you will get P minimum is equal to 30.16 kilonewton per meter square and which is greater than 0. So this check is also okay. So this check is also okay. So you have satisfied P maximum and P minimum criteria. So this is your uplift pressure maximum value and minimum value within the boundary, within the limit. You are getting the P maximum and P minimum. If you don't get this check, if you get the P minimum value or P maximum value beyond the limit, then the ultimate thing that you need to perform in retaining wall is to change the dimension that we have assumed from the limitation given as per the books. ठीक है, तो आपको क्रॉस सेक्शन चेंज करना पड़ेगा, डायमेंशन सब कुछ चेंज करना पड़ेगा, स्टेबिलिटी का टेबल फिर से बनाना पड़ेगा एंड अगेन यू नीड टू फाइंड द फैक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी अगेंस्ट स्लाइडिंग, ओवरटर्निंग एंड अपलिफ्टमेंट. So this is your case. So up till this is your stability analysis. This is called the stability analysis. And if you have achieved the factor of safety against overturning, sliding and this uplift pressure, you can easily say that due to this backfill weight and backfill load and backfill height, your the retaining wall is stable against this force. Right, and once you get the stable condition of your retaining wall, then after only you can start with the design of RC element of retaining wall, which is stem element, बेस स्लैब के दो एलिमेंट है, हील स्लैब एंड टो स्लैब. सो स्टेम, हील एंड टो तीनों की हमें डिजाइन करनी है. अगेन इफ यू हैव प्रोवाइडेड शियर की, तो शियर की भी डिजाइन करनी है. शियर की डिजाइन इज वेरी सिंपल, लाइक अ बीम, उसमें आपको सिर्फ रेनफोर्समेंट डालना है. सो दैट वी विल सी लेटर. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट योर uplift calculation. So here the same value P maximum and P minimum getting. So this is called the stability check. Once you done with the stability check, what you need to do is, earlier I have explained you that you need to draw this retaining wall with W1, W2, W3, this active pressure diagram, and below you have your uplift pressure diagram also. Right. Initially, I have explained you that you need to draw three diagram. One is your retaining wall, retaining wall dimension and all. Then you need to draw this active pressure diagram for stability analysis, no? And you need to draw this uplift pressure diagram. Right, so these two we have completed. Now about this uplift pressure, now we have this P maximum and P minimum value over here. So we have this P maximum 120, we have this P minimum 30. Now once you have this P maximum, P minimum, later on you need to find out the pressure value at the junction of toe and stem, मतलब यहाँ पे, and pressure value at the junction of heel and stem. So ये by similar triangle rule you can find these two values 1 and 2, because these two value we required for the further design of stem, toe and heel. So once you get P maximum and P minimum, you need to find out this pressure in between pressure value for the calculation purpose.